Hello. It's Spyro. Spyro Reignited. Oh. Okay, right, good. Well, let me do that. Okay, very good. We're live. We're live on the internet. Welcome to the internet. This is me, Peter Austin, dressed as Spyro. Taking the hood down immediately. I thought I'd open with the hood, but it's just so inexplicably warm in here. It's not onesie weather. Well, it is onesie weather outside, but the house is warm. Hello. Hey Peter, what's up? It's good. Who left Jingle Jam to watch this? Oh, see, this is the thing. I feel, I compromised here. So we'll talk a little bit about Jingle Jam, I'm sure, later on in the stream. But this was originally going to be 6 PM again, this stream. But there's no way I wanted to put a stream out at the same time. And I don't even mean like, oh, I wouldn't have an audience because everyone would be watching Jingle Jam. I mean, I fucking want to watch Jingle Jam tonight. So, I didn't want my stream going out at the same time. Let me grab my mouse. I'm going to wait till the hour, which is in 1 minute's time. I look a bit sort of purple, but never mind. I guess it's Spyro themed. And then we'll start the game. It's just sort of my voice in the background at the moment because I feel like... Hang on, let's have a bit of game music. Very nice. People making it on time to stream. Jingle Jam, oh my god, yeah. Good morning from Canada. Good morning, Canada. Good mood, dude. I've realised my phone is right by my microphone, so that's probably not ideal. Just you guys hearing stuff buzzing. Your Jingle Jam video was great, says King Muttley. Thank you very much, Mutters. Very kind of you to say so. This chat is lovely and calm in comparison. I'm sure it is. God, I don't even imagine how many people they've got watching already, and it's just a warm-up at the moment, I think. But stoked to catch this live this time, says Elephantus. I missed the last one, but watched it back on YouTube. I just managed to think this is probably the most wholesome thing I've watched on the internet ever when Jingle Bashing kicked in. Good. Well, if you're watching on YouTube now, in the future, you might be better, I would say, watching the VOD on Twitch. Just going to say that. The YouTube version, personally, I thought it was fairly ropey video quality, to be honest, and it was much better on the VOD, but that's just the way it goes. It's up to you. So if you're watching now in the future, maybe watch it on the VOD, but who cares? Hey Peter, I want to get in early. Can you guys do a Pokemon Let's Go play along soon? Shout out from Ireland. Well, We've played a little bit of Pokemon Let's Go. I don't know if we're going to do more of that or not. Who knows? Let's go. Welcome to the Magic Crafters. Those of you who watched last time will know that we played through the first 2 worlds of Spyro the Dragon. We're going to play through the whole trilogy, 100% everything, get all the skill points. We're doing it sort of... This guy's been bugging me the whole time. Oh yeah. Shout out from Stoke-on-Trent. Nice. These do go on YouTube. Viewery McViewery face. What an incredible name. We did the first 2 home worlds last time. The Artisan Home and the Peacekeepers. Now we're in the Magic Crafts. Look at these guys. Looking good. Nice. What do you think of some of the voice changes in these games? I love the game so much. But the voice in Year of the Dragon was a bit too different. Yeah, I mean, as I said last time, why does this... Sometimes when you press triangle to recenter your view, it just doesn't work. That's just weird. That's a bigger issue than the voicing, I think. Oh, no, it's not. Let's just listen to this dragon first.
Welcome to Magic Crafter.
Majestic.
I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
Nice. Morning, Algenop. Algenop, am I saying that right? Yeah, the voices were a bit different in... Why can I not... Is it because I'm inside a building? You're not always allowed to recenter your camera. But as I said last time, I'm not as fond of Spyro 3 as the other two. So, and I think that's where the voices probably differed the most. So, you know, I didn't quite have that kind of fanboyish, I really want this to be perfect, as much as I did for Spyro 1 and 2. Magic Crafters contains a lot of these green guys. They're druids, and they can move the landscape, which is interesting. Not me. I'm going to have to go around and get him. Biff. Oh my god. In there. A wild Ben appeared. Ben is in chat, is he? Confused_dude. Go Peter. Peter, are you a pumpkin eater? Says Pete Island. Or Pete is land. I don't know. No, I don't think I've ever eaten pumpkin. Oh shit. I'm trying to just get on the island and be a dick, but you can just charge right through him. Okay, it didn't really work. Any clues as to what you'll be playing this week on the jingles? Well, no. I mean, on the schedule it says worst games ever, doesn't it? I think we can say that much. But I don't think we're gonna say what maybe we will. Maybe closer to the time. Maybe on Thursday or something. We might announce what we're gonna be playing. Who knows? Not me. I don't speak for the three of us. Yeah. Welcome to one of the fastest thieves in the whole game. If you actually follow him on his own path, you will. I think you will actually just not catch up with him. You have to kind of cut the corner, which is kind of shitty. But I'll call you in half an hour, Peter. Be ready. I'm going to have some very difficult Spyro questions for you. Oh my god. Is it a trivia quiz? Oh my god. Or is it just difficult questions like where if Spyro is saving the baby dragons, where do baby dragons come from? And I have to say things about love and consent and happy Christian marriages. Oh, I got a sheep without even seeing it. Great. Hey guys, welcome to my tutorial page. Nice. These druids kind of looked a bit like birds in the original version of the game because, well, frankly, there wasn't a lot of definition or polygons in that game, and their noses look like beaks.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent!
Go ahead, try it.
I must say, although I like most of the representations of the dragons in these games and the way they've been given their own, profession or personality, I must admit, when I came to a world in the Enchanted Dragon Kingdoms called the Magic Crafters, where obviously all the world's magic is crafted, I didn't expect them to be doing fucking card tricks. Do you know what I mean? That seemed a bit slightly forced. But anyway, this is Supercharge. I think it's the first Supercharge of the game, isn't it? You charge along with the arrows, and it allows you to easily get past that guy's hovering thing. I don't know whether to see. This is why I've left my phone on getting the buzzes, because Ben is going to be ringing me at some point. But I hope it's not too distracting. I can't not hear SpongeBob every time Spyro talks. Yeah, it's Mr. Kenny. Where is Pete the Magic Dragon? There is a dragon called Pete, one of the baby dragons in Spyro 3. Oh, gave his gem a little kiss there. That's fine. That's allowed. Oh, nice. Fucking nailed it. Nailed it! Look at this old man dragon. Boldar.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
Boldar's Gate. Very nice. We don't need Boldar's advice. We've already been to a flying level. Oh, that's one of those. Oh, what? This is a... Oh, hello. He's scared. This is a nice touch, though, is that now, when these guys move parts of the landscape, they move their hands in the direction of like where they're moving the thing. They used to just sort of stand there waving their arms in circles, and it's just a. That's as much as anything else. That's what remasters are about, I think, or shit. You know, rather than a remaster, I guess it's a full rebuild from the ground up. But you know, there's things like that. You expect like, oh yeah, it's going to be nice, sharp graphics, and it might be 60 FPS and 4K. Well, yeah, that's all great, but also just things like that dragon in Town Square knocking over his clay sculpture, and it's just nice. I like it. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So, here's the balloonist.
Thank you, Spyro, for recovering so many of our dragon eggs.
We've already
On board
unlocked.
for the Beastmaker's world if you're ready.
We've already
Would you like
unlocked
to go?
Beastmakers. We've not even played a single level of Magic Crafters. I'm just that good. Jack the Jobber 92 is in chat. Is that the real Jack the Jobber? Could be anyone. Prove it. Say something only Jack the Jobber would say. Bobby Baballoonist. Yeah, we had that last time, but I very much appreciate. Ask me anything. Nah, mate, it's me. Yeah, he would say nah, mate, I think. He would say nah, mate. Remember when you didn't grass me up? Yeah, I remember that. Careful now, Jack. It's Jack. It's Jack the Jobber from Cultaholic. In chat, watching Spyro. Why do we not have all... Oh, I know why we don't have gems. We've got the little alcove right back at the beginning. Oh, fucking hell. It's a problem when I'm reading chat and trying to navigate a corridor at the same time. It's not easy. It's a fucking tricky skill. You know, you think... Oh, just got a bonus gem there that I didn't expect. You know, you think it's easy, but it's not. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. 300. Life. 100% complete. We're going to Alpine fucking Ridge. Remasterings for a full representation like to portray what was meant way back when. I don't know if I come in halfway through a conversation there. Yeah. No, it's good chat. It's good chat, Bennett. I'm enjoying it. That's what makes it all worthwhile. I actually feel pretty rough today. I was up super late doing my Yogscast shit for the Jingle Jam. Hello, Spyro. Why has he gone to the moon again? Why does he do that sometimes? There's no way that's intentional. Some people genuinely think it's intentional, but it can't be. It looks fucking ridiculous. But I have... Oh! Oh, Jesus. I have not got a lot of sleep. Look at this little Easter egg. That wizard is feeding that beast Crash Bandicoot Wumpa Fruit. It's not the only time Wumpa Fruit appear in this in the Reignited Trilogy either. So there you go, Easter egg. I'm so ready. I'm warming up for Ben's trivia quiz. I remember when I was a kid, unlocking Magic Crafters for the first. Oh fuck! I thought the jam had gone off the edge then, which it does do in this trilogy, which is kind of shit. I remember unlocking Magic Crafters for the very first time when I was a kid, and back then I don't think I understood really about saving the game or how to do it, or I don't know. I was very young, and I could then, like, for months after that, I sort of couldn't really remember how I'd unlocked it or if I'd ever unlocked it at all. And I was like, I'm sure there was this like snowy world that I was in once, and I went into one of the levels of it, and there were these huge monster things, and it was Alpine Ridge and Magic Crafters. And eventually, I worked out what the fuck I was doing. Hey Tiny Peeper, thought I'd drop in on the stream while I'm cleaning down and getting ready for my next client. Oh, this is Stevie. This is just talking right over a dragon there.
Oh, good. I didn't think so.
Stevie is the tattoo artist I tried to name drop last time, and tragically and rather shamefully couldn't remember her name. But someone said in the chat last week that they were thinking of getting a Spyro tattoo, and I said, well, if you happen to live in whatever part of the country it is that she lives in, there is a Vidiots fan who does some fucking awesome video game style. Well, not all video games, but certainly I've seen some video game ones. Tattoos. There you go. That's Stevie. Shit. Ben's famous trivia quiz. Can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm gonna ace it. I don't know if I am. I had to give it when we did the prove it for Spyro, and we had to do a trivia quiz. I wrote the questions, and the one that I took great pleasure in including was true or false. Spyro's original name. Look at this. Fucking hell. What a cacophony. Spyro's sort of code name was Pete the Dragon. And the reason he had to change it is because of like Peter's Dragon or whatever it's called, Pete's Dragon, which was Disney, and they were like, we might get in trouble for that. So that's true. It's a true fact, and Michael just assumed it was false. He was the question master, and Ben said, I think that's true, and he went, no, it's false. And I said, no, it's very much true, and he just didn't believe it. But there's a gem. Oh, I've not missed a gem, have I? Oh, there we go. That might not even be what you were talking about, but nice. I have a trivia question for Ben. I counted every time he said piss in his streams. Oh my god. God knows how many times. Especially if you include all the puns, the piss puns. Oh, it's time. He's here. Ben, hello.
Peter?
Hi.
Hi, you're not in the middle of anything, are you, right now?
No, nothing.
Right
Nothing.
now?
I'm fine. It's all no. I'm just playing a video game.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Well, you know, you just do, don't you, sometimes?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't know what you're talking about. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. I mean, not that we have an audience of any description, it's just me sat alone in my room, but if we did have a hypothetical audience, can they hear you okay?
What?
I'm just asking a rhetorical question.
Oh, a rhetorical question out loud for just anyone who may or may not be listening.
Yeah, they're saying, I mean, they're not saying, but they would be saying loud and clear, so
It would be.
Yeah, they would be.
If that was a possibility.
Yeah, if that was happening right now, which it isn't.
Peter?
Yeah, Ben.
What shoe size is Bianca?
Bianca is, I mean, she's a rabbit, so she's got actually really big feet. She's a size 10.
Yeah. She's a size 10?
Yeah.
You know that for sure?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, because remember, I've got loads... Sorry? What was that?
Is that on your website, Tiny Feet, Big Feet?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I've got loads and loads of really graphic, horrible foot porn of Bianca.
And I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've been scarred by it.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually my phone background, because I feel like if you want to get over like a fear,
yeah,
there's no better way than sort of confronting it on an almost hourly basis.
Yeah, constantly exposing yourself to it.
It's horrifying.
Which incidentally is what she does. Oh yes.
How many ramps are in the Enchanted Towers skate park?
Fucking hell. I mean, that's Spyro 3, so 12?
No, the correct answer is none.
None?
There's no ramps. There's no ramps.
There's no ramps?
Because it's not real, Peter. It's a video game.
Oh, I see. So there's actually none that exist.
There's none. There's
right.
no ramps. Sorry, bud.
Okay.
Peter.
Yeah.
In the only real Spyro game, Skylanders, Spyro's Adventures, what element is Spyro classed under?
Lizard. The element of lizard.
It's actually magic, Peter.
Magic, is it?
It's magic. He's Magic Dragon.
Right. Pete the Magic Dragon.
The Legend of Spyro. Remember, he has to eat crystals or something, and then he can breathe fire for a bit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that guy?
Definitely.
Like I'm sat next to the bathroom. I'm really sorry. Can you hear that?
No, I can't.
It's loud. It's loud in this one.
Okay.
Peter.
Yeah.
Elora, swipe right or swipe left?
Which one's which? I've forgotten.
Which one is which? I think you swipe right for yes.
I would absolutely swipe right for Elora. I think more so now. Yeah.
So now, remember when that character model was revealed and you weren't too sure?
Yeah.
And you've come around on that quite literally, have you?
I've come around so many times. I can't even.
I thought so.
Yeah. That's why I'm so dehydrated today and feeling groggy.
Yeah, okay, well, make sure you get some fluids on, man.
Yeah, I'll try to.
You're going to see a lot more sexy stuff. It's Spyro 1 you're playing.
It is right now, yeah.
Oh, full of sexy gnorks, that game.
Yeah, it is.
So make sure you stock up on fluids there buddy.
I will.
You need to shrivel away. Peter.
Ben.
Would you Kanga Sheila's Roo?
I don't know if I would Kanga Sheila's Roo. I'd certainly give it the once over.
Okay, just the once.
Just the once over, yeah. With consent.
With consent, of course, with consent, yeah. Naturally. Peter, asking one more question before we let you go this evening. Should we withdraw our funding from Moneybags and fund the NHS instead?
No, we shouldn't. I think we should privatise the NHS. I think we should leave the European Union. I think we should put the BNP in power.
Will you answer the question, yes or no?
No.
Yes or no? Answer the question.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, but yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Peter Austin, thank you very much. I'll see you later.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Weird way to end this conversation, but I'll see you at the hotel.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Can't wait. That's actually true. He will.
Have a lovely stream.
Thank you.
Okay, I love you. Take care.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I think we aced that. 9 out of 10. See me. I missed all the dragons because I didn't want to interrupt the lovely Ben Potter. But here we go. Kelvin. Degrees Kelvin.
Remember that these blue thieves have stolen eggs outside the Magic Crafter's world as well.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
It's quite the face that man. Skill points to do. Okay, we don't. Not in this one. Hup. How do you think we did, everyone, on that quiz? I should have actually conferred with you guys. Everyone's effing. What for? Why are you all effing? For Ben. Is it F for Ben? I'm worried about you, Peter. Please drink some water. I will. I will, Ben. Right. Dragon 2. 12 out of 7 on the quiz. Good to know.
Thank you for releasing me.
Whew. Looking good. So apparently there's a gem over there. We're going to have to go around. I almost certainly missed something while I was on the phone. But, never mind. There we go. Xander, off of the Buffy Slayers.
Great work, Spyro. If you keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the Magic Crafter's world.
Absolutely. You bet I will. Okay, Sparks says there's a gem. There, I can see them. And I forgot those last time as well when I did my first playthrough at home on my own. Gems! Gems! Oh, there's still one left, I think. No! It's okay, we'll get it. We'll find it. It's probably in some fucking long grass somewhere. Down there, is it? There it is, I can see it. Excellent. Ooh, steady. So, I want to give a little shout out to Carrie, who is at CarrieTheWorst _ on Twitter, for the lovely Chibi Chibi Chibs artwork that she did of me and Spyro just having a good old, lovely best friend time. It's on Twitter. I think I retweeted it or something, so if you want to see it and you haven't seen it yet, head to @thatPeterAustin, or indeed just head to Carrie's Twitter account. CarrieTheWorst _ I think, off the top of my head. Thank you, Carrie, for that. Lovely. Off we go. Does anyone know if erotic fanfiction between Ben and Peter exists? Asking for a friend. I don't want to know. I don't know if it does or doesn't, but I just do not want to know. I also want to say thank you to Alexandria Thompson for the onesie, which, despite being ridiculously warm, is very comfortable. And the more I wear it, the more ergonomic and functional it becomes, because I've realised today it's got pockets, would you believe? And rather worryingly, in the last stream, someone jokingly asked, well, I hope it was a fucking joke, someone jokingly asked me, have you had sex with the suit? And my reply was, no, because it doesn't have any holes. Well, this is the butt. It's got a zip on it. You see that? So you can go take a shit without ever having to remove the onesie. In fact, you can do everything now without ever... I don't have to ever take this off again. I mean, it doesn't actually... I don't think it's got a zip around the front, but the buttons are very low, so... that's weird that the thieves respawn. Actually, no, it's not. They used to do that in the... I don't know why I'm trying to chase them. I don't need to. Let's go to Wizard Peaks, so you can poop. Yeah, absolutely. It's specifically a bum fun zip. Yeah, Acid Rains has got it. It's not for pooping. It's only for bum fun. Ghost of a God says Peter identifies as a Spyro now. Can't deny it. Cannot deny it. God. These loading screens, man. Why? He's gone to the moon again. Stop going to the moon. Do you know what sucks about this level? Is that it's got the NTSC version of the music. And the PAL, which is just a slowed down version of Treetops, which is a Beastmaker's level we'll be playing later on in the stream. And the PAL version, had its own, much better, original piece. Fuck. But never mind. I did say, yeah, I said Wizard Peaks and then I went to High Caves, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Glad someone's paying attention. I'm glad you spotted my little test, said the fucking maths teacher when he made an actual mistake on the whiteboard. The interesting thing about this level, and many others actually, is that one of the kind of things that Insomniac were going for when they made Spyro is a game in which focuses on enemies and their interaction with Spyro and with the world. So, for example, you've got these guys moving shit around. You've also got there's wizards, as there were in the previous level actually, there's wizards who are kind of at war with each other, seemingly, which is kind of cool because you can just watch them fight amongst themselves.
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
I will. You bet I will. Okay, I'm going to time this right, because this is harder to do in Reignited, I've found, than it used to be. Hello. Very good. Quick unrelated question from Comedy Jack. Why on earth do some teachers punish you if you don't underline your title? Please tell me. I don't know, it's a good question. It's a good question. Apparently that dragon was called Cyrus. I know that one of them is called Cyrus, I just wasn't paying attention. But there you go, Billy Ray. We've got a skill point in here that was added for this game. Well, all the skill points were added to Spyro 1 because there weren't ever any in the original version. But this specific one was doubly added because that painting never used to be there. And that is the skill point. Flamed little painting of, I believe that's the bloke who's in Toasty's boss level, who we met last week. Oh. Actually, it doesn't matter if I fall off this edge. I'll show you why. Fairies. I'm not sure if we're allowed to call them that anymore, but don't worry about it. So, this is a sort of the first of a couple of supercharge focused levels. So other than that bit sort of at the beginning where we turned back on ourselves and went up the hill with the wizards, this is mostly a kind of supercharge playground.
Try combining your supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna do it right now. Can I make it? Yes. Yes, I can. Get these. Oh. So, while the supercharge is quite fun, I think, in Reignited, and I think it controls well in and of itself. It's a bit like what I was saying about the flying last time, which is that it's different, and by virtue of the fact that it's different and the levels were designed with something else in mind, it doesn't always work as well, I don't think. So there's this weird thing now where you sort of slowly gain speed, which wasn't really how it used to work in the old games, but it's okay. Linears, Peter, linears, yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry, we've been banned from Twitch. Good. Okay. Can you glide to these bits? Yes, you can. Biff. So, shortly, in the next level actually, we will finally find the dragon who tells us about the secret level in the artisan home. And I've been sort of waiting for that moment before we go and actually do it, even though I know where it is, and you can open that portal straight away if you know what to do. Fuck! But yeah, I thought we'd just wait. Peter said he'd swipe right for Bianca. Who wouldn't? She's lovely. Yeah, you missed me getting my bum out, right? That'll be on YouTube. Ah! Fuck. It was actually a Laura, but I'd swipe right for both. I'd swipe right for most people, to be honest. I'm not fussy. Hello? Is that enough? Yes, thank you. Goodness me. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, and that's why I probably... part of the reason why I missed that jump first time is that you actually now have to... when you do a supercharged jump, you still have to hold the X button just like you do when you do a normal jump. So if you tap the X button, he'll do a little hop. If you hold the X button, you'll have a slightly higher jump. And you have to still do that when you jump off a supercharged ramp, which was not how things used to be. Oh, actually, I think we can take out this thief using this thing. Yeah, boy. Skills! Hashtag bum out. Yeah, good. I'm sure your girlfriend will be very happy to hear you say that. She might be watching. She watched last week. Bums out for Peter. God, you're all terrible. So, oh goodness me. In these caves are horrible things called metalback spiders. Aren't they awful? Yes, they are. Thank you. Fortunately...
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Man, that guy looks a little bit like... I don't know, I'm trying to place him. I don't know if I'm thinking of like Pandemonium or Jinx. Some kind of PS1 jester-hatted character. I guess most people wearing jester hats all look the same. See, that's the other weird thing, is if you biff something... Fucking hell. If you biff something with supercharge, you suddenly, like, slow to a crawl, but don't always lose the supercharge, and then you have to build the speed up again. It's really weird. It's completely different. Don't know why they bothered with. Well, I say that. I don't. I was going to say, well, I don't know why they bothered with Spyroscope, which is the software they used to like match things frame perfect. Because although they seem to have mostly done that with sort of jumping, gliding, walking, charging, I would say that they didn't manage it with either the flight mechanics or the supercharge. So I don't know, maybe there was something about it that made it much more difficult to made it much more difficult to replicate it for those things. I was just checking Ben wasn't sending me more trivia questions. I think it's a bug. If you jump after that, he gains the speed back, says Hazy Orion. I didn't know that. It's interesting. There are definitely a few bugs in this game, in all three parts. And I don't mean these bugs. I mean actual glitch. Led by Toys for Bob in terms of the development. It was more... They just kind of made sure it was all okay. But it was a different studio who did the bulk of it. And they seem to have somewhat fucked it up. Now, these bugs are upstairs from down the supercharge, so you can't really... I mean, you could probably really skill your way up here, but, like, you can't really get them with the supercharge. Fortunately, there's some fan service right here who's going to help us out. Oof, he's gone all flush. Oh, Jesus. What the hell happened there? And now I have a super flame. Yay. Toys for Bob partnered with Toys for Vagine. Love it. Okay. How many gems left? I'm hoping it's 500 total. Oh! Is there a fiver sitting somewhere? Where is it, Sparks? So glad they included this. Oh, there it is. Nice. 500! 100% level complete! Yeah, boy! Your vagine is beautiful. Robot Rock Argos. Peter Pumpkin Eater, how are you this fine morning? Alex the Joker. Well, actually, in the UK, it's 3:30, but I'm okay. I'm actually feeling a little bit grim. As I said earlier in the stream, I was up late doing my annual Yogscast Jingle Jam remix, which is now live on the YouTubes. Tweeted it the other day. Yeah, yesterday it was. If you want to look at that. So I didn't get a lot of sleep, but other than that, we're the ever optimistic TP, and nothing's going to change that. Has my camera switched off of active mode? No, it hasn't. The camera's been really weird today. I normally like to leave the flight till near the end, but let's just, as we're here, Crystal Flight, ladies and gents. Well, you're in a warm onesie in December. Best way to feel better when feeling grim. That's literally true. I'm sitting down. I'm playing Spyro. I've got my snuggly onesie on, and I've got a whole bunch of people chatting to me while I play one of my favourite games, or the remaster of it, anyway. And you know, you can't really ask for more when you're feeling slightly poop. Let's have a bit more of that music, please, because fucking hell. There we go. Needs to be heard. Stuart Copeland worked long and hard for this. He didn't actually. He did like 2 songs a day. So, that seems like a long gap. Have I missed an arch? sure. Oh. Oh, fuck. Yeah, he doesn't seem to jump back into his flight as soon as he used to. You used to be able to hit triangle to drop down if you want to quickly change direction. And if you hit X while you're falling, he'll go back into flight. But there seems to be a bit of a kind of delay on at what point you can do that. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm just blaming my tools. Bad workman blaming his tools. But certainly I've seen... I was watching a video yesterday about speedrunners for Reignited and how they're starting to work out, like, okay, here's how we're going to do these things. And they've said the quickest way to change direction... Oh, fuck. Is to actually bonk into something. Because I think... Oh, fuck. I think if you collide with something... you can then immediately jump back into your flight, but if you actually just drop down with the triangle button, then not the case. Someone just tried to type the word Jeff, G-E-F, as in Jeff the Mongoose, and it gets held for spam for some reason. Our chat doesn't like it. So, oh, look at this, the crone. A bunch of people left Jingle Jam to watch this. Well, I have no intention of running past 5 PM, so we can all then go and watch Jingle Cats together. Everyone's saying Jeff now. Of course they are. Let's see if I can actually do this. Flame down. Oh! It's tricky, this. It's tricky. I think they might have... I don't know. I think they have slightly fiddled. I want to try and do it now because I don't want to spend the whole stream on flight. Looking at the time, I guess Magic Crafters takes a bit longer than I thought. I don't know if... because we've also got to go back to Artisans and do a flight level. We might not complete the whole of Beastmakers during this stream. We'll see. We'll just see what happens. When it gets to 5 PM, that is going to be the end of the stream. But, you know, it's anyone's guess. Right. That's better. Sort of. I should have got that chest. Oh, there's one up there as well. Oh. Oh, I may have balked it. Oh, actually, I'm probably supposed to come back. Oh, that's it. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing now. Shit. I don't need to go for those chests. Go for the arches, go for that last arch on the left without having to dogleg my way around, and then take the planes out. By the time I get to the end of the line of planes, that is the other end of the line of chests, I think. So, we'll see. By the way, thank you for streaming this on Saturday night, my time. Most of the time I can't. I'm not even looking where I'm flying! Sincere apologies. Most of the time I can't even watch a Vidiots stream because it's always about 1 AM. Oh! Well, admittedly, this is going out today because, as I say, I don't want to clash with the first evening of Jingle Jam. But going forward, we might be back on 6 PMs potentially. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see how we get on. That is for future Peter to worry about. Right, now let's look where we're going. And let's do this now because I'm sick. Sick of flying. So, we go down here. I think there's actually a plane behind me now. I've overtaken him. If I just pull out. Oh no, this isn't quite right. Really out of order now. Oh hello. What are we doing? This is terrible, ladies and gentlemen. Tubbs, I'm down. We can't even see the time limit because my face cam is over the top of it. Oh. Maybe I was doing it right. Maybe I'm supposed to be finishing the arches and starting the chests at the same time. What do you guys think? I don't know. I have to put my concentration face on, I guess. Okay, arch. Doing that. Fuck. I'm letting it get to me now. I'm getting really annoyed. I'm secretly just below the surface, getting super pissed off. Can't I start with the arches instead of the rings? Possibly. Let's try that. I've never, ever started without rings before. Hello? Why is this one placed at such a weird angle? Oh, okay. Oh my god. We're really off-piste now. I don't know where we're going. Oh! Okay. Is this all of them? 2 more. Oh, we're still back here though. Fuck's sake. I didn't solve anything. You can't start flying after that drop as easily as you used to. Definitely not. I keep trying to just do a sharp change in direction by leaving the flight, but you can't. I've never taken this long on this level, and I'm just desperately trying to remember my route in my head. I think I do just go for that last arch and start the chests. I think that's what I do, but I'm just really struggling with it. Maybe if I take it a bit wider, if I go to the right side of the chest and then turn in left, and I'm on more of a straight path from the chest to the arch, maybe. So, come out here. Yeah. I hope I've got enough time now to get to the line of planes. If I can make it to the plane... Oh, they've all gone! Fucking hell. Livid. Man. I didn't... Right, let's get these fucking planes. Oh no, because they're already long gone by the time. Possibly go for the planes after the last arch and leave the chests. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. We'll try that. Yeah, we'll do rings, arches, planes. I think I said that way back as well. I was like, oh yeah, because by the time we get to the last plane, we'll be where the chests end, and we'll turn around and do them the other way, which I think is true, but I think as I said that, I like fucked up the arch, and I never tried it again. So, yeah, down here. I'm a fuck! I've got to stop doing that. It's force of habit, it's muscle memory. I'm trying to change direction by dropping and re-gliding. The issue is I'm too fast. So that plane at the back of the line seemed to actually be overtaking it a little bit, and I don't really want to. I think I just need to zigzag slightly and increase my time in the air just to let them get slightly ahead. But I think that's the way to do it. I think we do arches, planes, chests. Well, I must say I didn't foresee myself having... If I was going to have issues with something, I didn't think it was going to be Spyro 1. Oh! Okay, I think we got the one from the back. Yeah, I see 3 ahead. There we go. That's it. That is the route. It's just... I think it's just partly the difference in like turning circle now. It sort of doesn't feel like that's what the route should be. But anyway, thank you, chat. We all did it together. Fucking hell. Yeah. God, you're right. Pete Island. Oh, I've just gone to retry. It is Spyro. It's Dark Souls. This is the Dark Souls of Spyro. Quit. Well done, everyone. We did it. Get 2 controllers and play 2 Spyros at once. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. We have finished the flight level of Magic Crafters. Thank God. And now we will actually go to the Amanda Show, which is a reference that won't mean much to certain members of the audience. I never watched the Amanda Show, but I'm aware that Stuart Copeland did the outro music for the Amanda Show, which is an American sort of kids sitcom style thing, and he essentially lifted this melody from Wizard Peak. So have a listen. Bits of it later on. I wonder if it's back when she wasn't on a shitload of drugs. Is she on a load of drugs now? It happens to them all, doesn't it? Miley. Well, I don't know if Miley's on that bit. That apparently is in the Amanda Show music. Yeah, does Miley do drugs? Like, we can all assume that she probably does, because she's a party girl, spelt G-U-R-L. But I don't know if there's any actual evidence of her having done drugs, or if it's just we all know and assume that she probably does. I've got to go back up here now, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but never mind. This like whole back area that I'm on is something that you don't expect to be able to come around here. Like your natural instinct. Is it down here? I don't want to. Your natural instinct when you start the level is to just run straight ahead into the room, and this is one of the areas where you don't tend to find it until like after you've defeated Nasty Nork and you're trying to 100% all the levels. You know, you're like, 6, 7, 8 years old, and when you first arrive at this level, when you unlock Magic Crafters, you go, oh, I'm off, I'm going, and it's only when you're trying to 100% the level you realise, oh fuck, I can go there and like get up onto these ledges which are otherwise completely inaccessible. So that's absolutely right, Acid Rains. It never happened to Hilary Duff. She is a model Disney girl. And also the whatever it was called, the Hilary Duff show. What was it called? Fucking hell. What was her character called again? I'm gonna kick myself when you tell me. Didn't feel like too. Thank you, Lizzie McGuire, of course. Of course! How could I forget? I think I also probably had a bit of a crush on Hilary Duff as a sort of 12-year-old boy. Jarvis Cocker. He's here.
Welcome
nice hat.
To Wizard Peak. This is my favorite supercharged spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
Just you watch me, Jarvis. I'm going to bash those wizards. So ordinarily you can't charge a blue ice wizard, man, but you can with a supercharge. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Selena Gomez as well. She's fairly sort of level-headed and not messed up. But, you know, as a general rule, if you're a Disney kid, you do drugs. I think partly, though, I think... Was it me and, like, Ben and Michael were talking about it? Oh, this jump, by the way, is so much fucking harder than it used to be. So we'll just see how we get on with this. Fortunately, there's a respawn point right at the top of the supercharge. I think it was Ben and Michael were saying that, like, is the reason that she behaves this way because she's just kind of she's hitting out against the sweet kind of, oh, she's always going to be our Disney princess, and, you know, she reached age maybe 18-ish and was like, hang on a minute, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want everyone to think that I'm just this Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana. Ugh. Oh, okay. Apparently you jump after you've got to the top of the ramp, but, like, when it's become flat, because that's how physics work. That's definitely changed. Fuck this game, am I right? Literally. Hashtag literally unplayable. You guys hear a na-na-na-na? He's round here. And he doesn't run away. So, get your Nightmare Fuel screenshots here. I'll hold it. There, we got it. As a child celeb, you can't exactly do what other kids do, I guess. And then as a teen adult, you go full rebel. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, actually, I remember, I don't know, someone said to me as well, the whole thing about, like, something about, like, child stars in particular. Not just child stars, but, like, people who work for Disney signing exclusivity deals. And they want to, like, you know, maybe like a few years down the line, they're like, oh shit, I don't really want to just keep working for Disney all the time. I want to work elsewhere. I want to do some MTV or something. And so what they do is, in their free time when they're off the clock, they start just like doing drugs and like wearing dildos and grinding on Robin Thicke. I know she doesn't work for Disney anymore, but you know, that's as an example. So that Disney then want to distance themselves from these people. So it's kind of a way of like getting Disney to release you from your from your contract. We don't talk about Britney from the late 2000s. Yeah, of course. No! I'm really doing a bad job today. Can we all just put F in the chat for Peter's skill that's just completely died? No! Painful to watch. Oh, Christ alive. Christ alive. There we go, we got it. I hope it was worth it for that one gem. Hey, give me some good news, Hexus. Anything?
Well done, Spyro. Thank you for releasing me.
That's it, is it? Okay. Well, now we need to do another double charge jump. Actually, it might not be a double charge one, but I'm going to do it double anyway. Just to make it harder for myself. Why not? So, out here, and like that. Okay, good. We nailed it. First try. One take, Austin. Some gems. There we go. Got him. Got him. Thank you for releasing me. Okay, I feel less bad that Rad has had trouble here if the Spyro completionist is too. Yeah, I honestly, as someone just said earlier in chat, I think a bad Magic Crafter blames his tools, but Supercharge and Flight are both different. You know, it's... The issues I've had in this stream today have literally just been Supercharge and the Flight level, so I think that's kind of indicative. You know, I don't tend to struggle generally with ordinary gliding or fighting bosses. Not bosses, enemies. Fucking hell. Tempted it, didn't I? No, it's okay to take the odd hit, but, you know, I don't think I've died from enemies yet. And I'm chasing the thieves okay. So I do think, to an extent, the Oh, I've got all the eggs now in the whole game. Nice. Yeah, they're just slightly balked their gliding and supercharge. But never mind. See, here's some guys who are feuding, or they were. There we go. And that was the brief given to Insomniac, or the idea that they had. They wanted. Oh my god, he killed him! Didn't know you could do that. Right. We're missing some gems, apparently. 4 gems somewhere. Where are you pointing, Sparks? I hope you're not pointing off to the way off into the distance, because I'm not going back there again. Anyway, here is the secret level instructions.
Listen carefully, Spyro. There's a secret area in the artisan's home world near the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan's home world? Waterfall. Sounds good.
Unfortunately, it's a flight level, but I think I know the route on that one. It's fairly straightforward. That dragon who told us about that actually had a map painted onto his wings, which sort of shows the landmarks and the directions to get to the secret level, which is another just nice touch, isn't it? He has the Tri-Wizard Cup on his head. I didn't notice that. It looks like Sparks is pointing over here. So, oh, hang on, no, they're on the edge, aren't they? I always forget these ones. There we go. We're done. Oof. Bonk. Right, so what we will do is we will now go to the Magic Crafter's boss, who's called Blowhard, and we will defeat him. And before we go to Beastmakers, we'll nip back to the Artisan home and bop in to Sunny Flight. And touch wood, we won't have too many issues with it. We'll see. Alex the Joker says Harry Potter is a rip-off of X-Men. Okay. Right. Let's go and blow hard. I hope there is some really hot and steamy fan fiction about Blowhard, just with oral sex puns from start to finish. Look at this. Something that Vidiots viewer Sarah Bethards in the past we've called her Sarah Bethands, because I think she sent us a handwritten note once and the R seemed just slightly far over, and we were going, Bethans? Sarah Bethans? Which is not her name. But she reminded me on Twitter that your PlayStation matches your controller matches the colour of Sparks, which is kind of cool. Look at the lighting here. There's like a filter. It's kind of cool because it's like the stormy level. Oh, I've got to be careful now. I don't have. Oh, actually, I have to get a perfect on Blowhard, don't I? And I don't. Oh no. Okay, we just ride a druid platform. That's fine. That's fine. There we go. Yeah, nice filter. This is sort of he's the sort of weather wizard boss. They added these windmills in the background, which kind of stands to reason in a level called Blowhard, where there's a man who makes tornadoes and stuff. Oh, I need a... Is there a goat anywhere for me? Partly just because I want Sparks to be grabbing these gems for me, and it's a pain in the arse without him. I think maybe the bosses don't have... I know Toasty doesn't have any sheep on it apart from the one you're fighting, obviously. I'm trying to remember whether Blowhard actually has a mountain sheep. Because I might just quickly, purely for gem gathering purposes, I'm going to go and grab a butterfly. Too many innuendos people are talking about. Peter, a sheep eater. Yeah. Goat, chicken, or sheep anywhere. Excuse me? What's happening? Didn't realise you were Welsh. Oh my god, please no. I don't mean please no, I don't want to be Welsh. I've got no problem with the Welsh. I mean please no, let's not start the Welsh thing again about sheep. Because I mentioned that in a video, and I think a Welshman was slightly annoyed about it, and he sort of said that it was, you know, he knows that it was a joke, but he was a bit like, yeah, but you know, oh my god, I was only coming up here for another sheep. I didn't need that kind of behaviour. It wasn't really worth it, was it? Or was there another one? No. Okay. Well, I should have respawned down by the Blowhard portal now. We'll go in with full sparks. See, we've currently got a blue controller. We got some sheep? No? Never mind. We'll go in. As long as we don't lose sparks, that's all we need. My girlfriend, not married, is Welsh, and she laughs at it, says Fury McVury face. Yeah, I mean, most people know how to laugh about themselves. Actually, this guy, I don't know to what extent he was joking, but Notorious Jen, nice to see Peter still hasn't found a cure for his foot in mouth disease. I don't even know what I just said. What have I said? Oh, about the... yeah, sure. Following on from last week, Peter, what are you having for tea tonight? Says Mung10. I'm not sure, actually. I'm tempted... oh, no! Don't lose sparks now. Otherwise, everything will have been for nothing. Okay. Ooh. See, these guys have quite the range on them. Blowhard's no problem. He barely seems to attack you. Most of the bosses in this game are fairly shit. Right, if we ride this druid platform for 10 seconds, get a skill point. Will we? 10 seconds? No? Alright. Ride a druid platform. Maybe it's the ones that move sort of laterally, which come a bit later. I'm really making good use of the stream time today, aren't I? I'm just crashing into arches and standing on platforms for no reason. Right. This dragon is called Altair, but they didn't dress him up in like an assassin's cloak, as far as I remember. They could have done. Maybe they should have done, but they didn't.
Thanks for releasing me, Spyro. You have no idea how long I've been trapped in Crystal. And, neither do I. Who are you again?
I'm out of here.
We're having a discussion again, are we? Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Right. I think this might be the platform that we have to ride. And if it doesn't work, then it's glitched. Okay, 10 seconds. We'll stay still. Yeah, if we were going back to breakfast, lunch and dinner, I don't think I made myself clear last time, which is that skill point. I said that I don't think dinner can be used as a word for lunch, which some people in the north do, including a couple of people in my family. I said I think dinner is a word for the evening meal, but to be specific, I'm saying that that's the only context in which you could or should use it, but I also don't use it in that context. I say tea in the evening. I have breakfast, lunch and tea. Come on, Blowhard. Dark Souls me. I can roll. Ah! Okay, well there goes Sparks. I have to get him when he's down, do I? Nice. It's kind of weird that they added this filter to this one level. I don't think they've really done it to many of the others. In as much as there's obviously lighting that affects the hue of certain things, but this is like proper. This is like desaturated, like properly. Come on, boy. Got him. 10, 20, 30, 5. If we're missing any gems, we're not. Good. Is that 100%? Nice! Magic Crafters is complete. It's as easy as that. Imagine if Peter was secretly a hobbit, says, "Gits me robum be." I don't even know how to pronounce that at all. Is the stereotype true the UK drinks a lot of tea, says Alex the Joker. I mean, not necessarily as much as the stereotype implies. I mean, when I... Fuck, I need to go sheep first before I start going into combat. When I say I use the word tea, I mean for the evening meal. Like, I know Americans probably generally say dinner, right? But, yeah. Also, talking about cups of tea. A lot of people in the UK are... No, I don't. I want to go to... A lot of people in the UK like coffee. I don't. Cup of tea, there's definitely, like, the stereotype is true to a certain extent. We're very, I think we're more kind of proud and defensive of it kind of amongst Europeans than we are, like, versus America. I think if you go to America, like, we're probably almost a little bit embarrassed and be like, oh, well, you know, we don't drink tea all the time. Don't, you know, I'll happily have, like, a coffee or, like, you know, I'll drink something else. But, like, you go to Europe and they actually do drink tea there still, semi-regularly, but they just make it in the wrong way. It's a complete abomination of tea, and that's when I think Brits get a little bit more kind of tea snobby about, like, the kind of milk you put in it and, like, what kind of tea bags you're using. Sunny Flight, in we go. Peter, just call me Rob, lol, it's so much easier. Okay. I mean, it is, but I didn't necessarily know that that's what you would be called. How TF does one make tea the wrong way? Says, I mean, this is a name that I don't even want to begin to try and pronounce. Because the problem with the letter X is it can be pronounced X or Z. So help me out, buddy. Is it Zixios? Zykes, just spell it phonetically in chat for me. I really need it because I've sort of skirted around it in the past. The way you make tea wrong is by using weird milk that is probably cream, really. I've got to stop trying to change direction like that. I know the route here, but I'm just treating it in Zixios. Okay, thank you very much. My apologies. There's also stuff about, like, how the water's heated. Like, sometimes they don't boil it, they just give you sort of warm water. And I don't think they generally have particularly decent tea leaves in fucking hell's bells in on the continent. But I don't know, I guess chat amongst yourselves. If there's any Brits in chat, let me know if you agree that Europe does bad tea, but also Britain isn't as much of a tea drinking stereotype as people think we are. I don't know, it's a tough one. I think actually I normally get this one on the way in. Ah! You really cannot get back into that flight for like a second, which is a long time. I gotta hit that one on the way in, I think, because otherwise I'm gonna have issues. There we go. And then on my way out. This is the route. Someone messaged me on Twitter the other day saying, how do I do Sunny Flight? This is generally the route I would recommend. Go in there, do all the chests, then a hard left on your way out of the cave, hit all the arches. Then we're going to hit the plains, and you want to fly against the plains. I think they fly in different directions themselves, but for whichever plane you're chasing, you want to be going the opposite direction to it. just because you'll be able to catch them easier. So there's a sort of a ring going one direction. See? And you got to make sure you're looking up and down as well. See, I've got all those now, and then you turn the other way and miss. You have to miss those 3, otherwise it won't work, right? That's very, very intentional. Oh no! I'm still missing one actually. I can see this one, but there's also one flying around that I have not caught. There he is. Okay, and then 2 archers left. We're a bit short on time, but we'll do it. And that's how you do it. That's the route for Sunny Flight. Oh, and then you hit the trains, which I totally forgot about. I'm just clawing it back, but I don't know how many seconds I've got left. Oh my god. Nearly completely forgot about the trains there. Jesus Christ. There we go. Quit. It's as simple as that. Sunny Flight done. Just reading all this tea discussion now. Good. I did the trains first on that one. That used to be what I did. I used to do the trains first, but not anymore. Sheep, please. Thank you. Now, I'm going to the Beast Makers. The time is 4:15. So now might be a good time just to fully explain to those of you who don't know what the Jingle Jam is. Sort of tell you what it is. Let me know in the chat. Actually, give me a show of, not a show of hands, but a show of keyboard lettering. Who does or doesn't know what the Jingle Jam is, or if you were a Yogscast viewer pre-Vidiots. Because I know last week there was a surprising number of people who said that they had never heard of the Jingle Jam. I have no clue. Sort of, don't know. Yeah, interesting. People have heard us explain it before but never seen it. I think I'm always quite surprised at how much of a kind of independent audience we have, and it's really nice to know actually that we're not kind of relying on a crutch of well, we're just taking all, you know, Yogscast viewers, and without that we would have no one. Like, it seems like we seem to have genuinely built a community from nowhere, you know, just from people finding us, which is great. It's really nice. Or I guess from Name Redundant as well. So the Jingle Jam is a thing that the Yogscast Network do, and the Yogscast Network being the network that Vidiots is part of. They do it every year, and they stream every single day in December. Oh my god.
Nasty North is turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
Used to be so beautiful. I mean, incidentally, actually, it used to be so much uglier in the PS1 version. I think Beastmakers is the one that has glowed up the most, to use a reasonably modern term. Beastmakers I used to just really kind of hate having to play through, relatively speaking. I love every part of this game, but, like, you know, never a fan of swamp levels, really. Ooh, hello. So Jingle Jam happens every year. It's a big charity drive. The Yogscast stream every single day in December for many hours a day. It's all broken up into slots, but they're essentially streaming non-stop from 11 AM till 11 PM. So you do the maths. That's 31 days, 12 hours a day. It's a lot. Last year they raised at least $5 million. I think possibly $6 million. And I think I'm right in saying this might not be the case, but I think they made their first $1 million in the first night. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I should know that because I've just made the highlights remix and that was part of it. But I think last year, on day one, they made $1 million. That can't be true. Is that true? I sort of feel completely sure that it is true, but then that's also baffling. That is, first 2 days, people are saying. Either way, within 48 hours, they've made $1 million. And part of it is not just that they ask for your very kind donations, but there is a humble bundle, and if you donate a certain amount, you'll then get a whole bunch of Steam keys. This year, much like they did last year, I think, as well, they're revealing games sort of over time. And also, if you, again, I don't know if it's the same amount this year, but last year, if you paid $5, you could leave a message in your donation, and they would sort of read out whatever you said. Senpai would notice you, which is a big deal if you're a big Yogscast fan. Might not mean as much to you if you don't know them from Adam, but you know, it's great fun. They do lots of awesome streams throughout December.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
And starts today, and the highlight for me every year, not that you should then stop watching after this, but the highlight for me is always the first night. There's plenty more to watch for the rest of the time, but they watch stupid Jingle Cats videos, which is like these VHSs that were made in the 80s that you could buy, where it's cats who have been auto-tuned to sing Christmas songs. And that kind of just tells you everything you need to know about what the Jingle Jam is. They play games, they watch really stupid shit, people get responsibly inebriated, and they make loads of money for charity. And you can choose what charity your money goes to as well. So it's all great. And we'll be finishing Spyro by 5 PM no matter what has happened, so we can all head on over to twitch.tv/Yogscast. And most importantly, if you're a Vidiots fan and not a Yogscast fan, you should still check out the Jingle Jam, particularly on Friday at 2 PM, I think. It did actually change whatever's gone out is what's happening, but like before they announced the schedule, we were sort of like messing around with the time slot, so I now can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's 2 PM, right? This Friday, 2 PM. Me, Ben, and MJ are doing live Worst Games Ever. We are not telling anyone yet what we're playing. Thank you. Thank you, chat. It is 2 PM. This happened last time. I don't know what I'm doing on my own channel. What would I do without you guys helping me out with Crystal Flight and Jingle Jam? So, if nothing else, I want to see you all there. Because it'll be really embarrassing if no one watches that, won't it? It's the first Vidiots. What's up with the depth there? Is that gem hovering? Yeah, it is.
I feel so sorry for all the dragons still trapped in Crystal. Maybe once you've rescued 50 dragons, I'll feel a little better.
How many have I got? 48.
Rescue. Where to, Spyro?
Stay here. I only need 2 Beastmakers dragons to unlock Dreamweaver. It's my favourite world. If you have work on Friday or whatever, or you can't make that time slot, anything like that, it will... Again, this is just going off previous years, so nothing I say is official. I don't speak for the Yogscast, but assuming they're following what they always do, it will be uploaded to youtube.com/Yogscast live. And the VOD, I'm sure, will be available as well at twitch.tv/Yogscast. So it's all going to be there. You'll be able to catch up on demand. Oh, okay, well, we're going to die now, aren't we? That's good. So, Worst Games Ever. Child the Red says, Worst Games Ever is genuinely one of the best produced and most enjoyable YouTube series ever. It's great every time. I can't wait for the live. Well, thank you very much. Couldn't 25 is supposed to... Oh, I mean, I would never encourage anyone to skip lectures for for Vidiots content or anything else, but you know, I want us to have an audience, so that would be good. I'm sure we will. Just by there'll be a bunch of, that's the other thing. So in fact, we will. Oh shit, we will have an audience. Probably maybe 10,000 people or something, going off the average kind of numbers for daytime slots for Jingle Jam. We'll have an audience, but I suspect a lot of them won't know who the fuck we are. So I'm just getting my ass handed to me today. So yeah, if Vidiots fans, if you guys can be there. Oh, why did I miss that chest? I bet you all hollered that in chat when I ran past that. Right, Terrace Village first. Let's get that over and done with, because it's not a great level, to be honest. Yeah, 20,000 at the moment. So, I mean, that does have the pulling power of, I think, Tom and Terps. But, yeah, hopefully we'll see you all there. Yeah. I've got a holiday embargo in December, so I'll need to catch up after. Oh. That's not very fair. We'll be there representing the Budget Hat Films squad. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not... Again, I wouldn't encourage everyone to spam Boppis in the chat when you arrive, but if I see the odd Boppis, or just any kind of Vidiots related in-joke, you know, we'll know who you are, and that'll be nice. That'll keep us going. So, please show your faces, and if you donate while we're on stream, provided we're getting through the list and it's not horrendously big and full of donors, we'll be able to read your messages, interact a bit more with the audience, like we like to do on our live streams, and maybe we'll even hit some awesome milestone. If just by fate, you know, they've made like 2 million in the first week, and then it gets to our stream, which admittedly is not the most anticipated stream on the schedule. It's like a 2 PM Vidiots thing, so most of the Yogscast don't know who we are, the viewers I mean. But if just by like where the numbers are, we're just short of 3 million on day 7, that would be sweet. If the Vidiots are the ones who can pull it over that milestone, imagine that. Be-whip. Is that how we spell it? Be-whip. God, you guys. I mean, we don't... Right. We'll only miss it to an extent, because we'll still be streaming plenty and doing plenty of podcasts, but we're still going to miss the community we've built with you guys, and just the kind of all the shared jokes, the stupid sort of lexicon language of the Vidiots.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
The power of electricity. I think it's crazy how you have a very small yet dedicated fan base. Me too. We never expected it to be like this. Like I say, we kind of thought that we were gonna gain a fair amount of Yogscast viewers just kind of by osmosis, and that they would, you know, hopefully enjoy our stuff, but not necessarily be like crazy dedicated. They would just be like, we would be one of the channels that they watch after they've been watching Yogscast Main and Duncan and Shin, and you know, and oh, also what have the Vidiots put out today, that kind of thing. But we seem to have just built this group of people that we feel very strongly for, and you know, we've loved every minute of everything that's happened so far. Because please remember, it's not the end. It will be the end if you guys decide it is. If you just stop coming, and that'll be it. But certainly, as far as intentions go, it's not the end. And you know, it can only go up from here. from me just getting hit all the time in Spyro, crashing into walls. Big up the Boppis family. Yeah. Vidiots Season 1 VS1 has been the best year for YouTube. Lovely. Yeah, there's a couple of like minor issues with the store at the moment. Like we're, I think the Oxcast store have been like changing suppliers, so certain shirts have been like appearing and disappearing. So all we can say is, if there's a certain shirt that you're wanting and it seems to have disappeared, it hopefully won't be gone permanently. It may well be coming back.
One day you'll be able to tell all
any day now.
about your amazing adventures.
Look at this guy just relaxing.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
So yeah, shirts will be back. If there's any shirt missing, it will hopefully return. When these guys are really getting me. Vidiots is legit my favourite YouTube channel, though I'm sad to see you change. I will stick around for whatever Vidiots do. Yeah, absolutely. You guys need to follow us on all the sock meds. We are at oh no, that was a blind leap onto the electric pad there. Yeah, Vidiots official on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. I'm at that Peter Austin on Twitter. Ben is confused_dude, and Mikey is Parrot Boy. And that's all you need to do if you want to know where we're going, what we're doing in future. Best thing to do is just follow us on everything that you can, and we'll be keeping you informed as much as we can. Well, I got the guy without getting hit, but shit, I only set up a Twitter account to follow the Vidiots and associated accounts. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're still going to be using Twitter. And I'm sure there'll be social media related to any hypothetical future ventures that may or may not take place. Oh no! This one's no electric floor damage, this skill point. I thought this was light 3 fireworks in one, like within 10 seconds. So I left the fireworks back at the beginning. But that's a trophy. Getting confused about which ones were trophies and which ones were skill points. Neopets username. God, couldn't tell you. I had one. I did have one. I remember. I can't have been that young. Must have been like in my early teens. Well, not early teens. Maybe I was like 11 or 12. I had a Neopets. I bet a couple of people in the audience don't even know what the fuck Neopets is. But I had like there's like a little bull, cute little cow guy, and you had to name your Neopet a completely unique name that no other Neopet had, no matter what species it was, which was a ridiculous system, to be honest. I don't know why they did that, but I remember naively trying to call my bull character Horny because I didn't know what that meant, and it was like, do not call your Neopet expletive terms, and I was like, what do you mean? He's just Horny the bull. What are you talking about? Why can't I, it's only like Woolly the sheep or Clucky the hen. Why can't I have my horny cow? So that day I learned something. God, you're loving that, aren't you? Poor naive Sweet Pete. Didn't know. Too innocent. I was a very innocent boy. I was kind of like, I think I was a slow developer, not physically. Like I didn't have any issues in that department. No, I mean, that was just, you know, but like, I'm trying to think of the word, but just in terms of like, not even maturity, I think I was like a reasonably mature kid, but I guess in terms of like losing that innocence, like, it took me way longer to like hit various milestones of like, I don't know, just doing the depraved shit that teenagers start doing. I'm 27 and I feel that way. Says, oh, it's moving so fast. Burnu takedown. Burnude takedown. Sheltered. Yeah, maybe not getting certain. I guess certain jokes. Yeah, shelter's probably the right word. Not. I mean, that kind of implies that someone was actively trying to shelter you. Have I got all the gems? No, I've missed fucking loads of them. Yeah, I wasn't sheltered by anyone or anything actively, but I was just a, yeah, I guess I was a sheltered kid. Oh, that's where they are. Fuck. Okay. I'm not going to read that one out, but I'm watching chat. I see what's happening right now. To be fair, I know people who had the same, I won't say problem, who had the same experience. It's not a problem, but is there a difference between being sheltered and being raised properly? I mean, what is properly? I don't even know what that means. You know, that's very subjective. I don't think necessarily that in order to raise a child properly, you need to protect them from that kind of stuff. You need to protect them from certain things. Certainly anything that could be dangerous or even just psychologically harmful. But like, if your 12-year-old or 13-year-old starts like, you know, developing and de-sheltering, it's not necessarily your duty to like. It's just a subjective thing, isn't it? Man, look at all this. Look at this chat we're having. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This stream has taken a turn. But you never know what you're going to get with the Spyro streams. You know, we might be talking Spyro trivia, or maybe we'll be talking about the implications of like how to raise a child, re sexual development, or exposing them to sensitive issues. Kids who are totally blocked off from the world were bubbled. Sheltered kids have various factors that may have caused them to miss some things. Exactly. You know, different ways to do these things. We're going to have to go back for that skill point later, because fuck doing Terrace Village again without stepping on pads. It's not that difficult to do. I did it first time in my other run, but I'm not replaying a level on the stream just for... Look at this. Is there a skill point? No. Good to know. So this is a Nightmare Fuel level, but was also one of my favourite levels as a kid. I never really had a problem with these like vegetables that try and eat you, but now I do. I mean, look at this shit. That's horrible. I don't think the old ones were that bad. I didn't like what they did to you. Like they sort of chewed you up and then spat you back out again. But in terms of like their design, people thought their face was creepy, and I don't really think it was. But yeah, they're definitely way scarier now. Attack frogs. These blue frogs, they have been nerfed, thank God. They were like one of the only enemies that seemed to be able to start attacking you before you reached it. So if you charged directly at one, sometimes they would just hit you before you could even get them. And, you know, oh my God. And keeping in mind that charging is obviously the fastest form of movement, if you can't reach an attack frog without getting hit whilst charging, then you can't, because there's no way to go faster than that. So I'm glad they just slightly brought it back. Wound it down. Whew. The time is 20 to 5. I'm going to say it now. We are not going to finish Beastmakers. We'll nearly get there, I think.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
It did. Yeah, we'll probably be one level short. You know, I'll probably just leave Blowhard, or maybe not Blowhard. Metalhead is the boss of Beastmakers, or possibly, given that we've already done plenty of flight in this stream, I might leave Wild Flight for next time. We'll see how we get on. Oh, this is fun. Yeah! Love that. I think I was too old when Spyro and Crash came out, never was into them. When N64 came out, for example, I was nearly 18. Oh yeah! I'm the same. Well, I'm not the same, but I know people who are the same, which, like... I know people who... There's a lot of, like, Sega games that they liked, or, like, Super Nintendo, maybe, stuff like that. Have I just died? No, I haven't. That were, you know, kind of family-friendly or kid-oriented, and they love those, and they're like, oh no, I don't get Spyro and Crash, it's just a bit slightly, like, kiddie for me, or slightly cartoony for me. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's the nostalgia factor, isn't it? It's like with all these things. Oh, that's it. I mean, that's the Room of Death, the infamous room. They're showing my rewind on Yogg's Twitch, Peter. Oh my god. Exciting. Is it in a break, or are they sitting, watching and commenting on it? Because that's nice. They've done that a couple of times over the years. That's always a treat. Okay, we got full sparks. We're good. Ooh. Yeah, this room. Actually, it's not even... Is it even this room? Or is it when you drop down the... I think it's when you drop down the hole. I don't know, it's probably both. It's because you sort of... You have to charge to take... Fucking hell! To take the metal guys out. But... if you're not charging directly towards an attack frog, he's going to hit you before you hit him. It's crazy. It's tricky. It's not been the best. It's not been the best performance from me today. An off day. We did pretty well first time, didn't we? Got through two worlds in less than 2 hours, and even had time to sit around and do a bit of a Q&A at the end. Right. Bing, bang, bong. Let me just sort of work through this. It's these frogs that do it. Okay, we're good. That's probably enough. Oh my god, not if you've missed that guy though. Jesus. Close. Really not performing. I did have a bent eruption, that's absolutely right.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh no!
Why, I remember...
Gotta go!
I nearly tweeted some footage of that dragon, because as he disappears, he does the the Pulp Fiction look around thing, the John Travolta. Watch him. You know the meme. He actually does it. I don't know if they've genuinely done it on purpose or if it just... Watch him. I nearly did a tweet about that, like a side by side, but I didn't. Thought it was a bit too niche. Thanks everyone. I feel validated now. Got some exclusive content there. Could have gone out to the entire Twitter sphere, but no. Especially for you. Right, this is a bad hole. Oh no. Okay, yeah, it was the other one. The other hole we were in was the bad hole. This is a good hole. Know your holes. Ah yes, nothing worse than Vidiots being niche, says Strawberry Dak. You're absolutely right. Strawberry da oh, is that a strawberry daiquiri? Is that what you're talking about there? I love a strawberry daiquiri. It's not my go-to drink. Not my go-to cocktail, but I am a sucker for one.
Thank you for
what the fuck animal is this? It was just a mole pretending to be a dragon. Now if we line up very carefully here, the pig will take stuff out for us, which is nice. Nice. Again, we've got no sparks, because I'm really choking up on this stream. So, not only do we have to touch every fucking gem, it means that when I inevitably shit, haven't got all the gems at the end, am I gonna have a problem trying to find it? I have to go grab a chicken from somewhere. What is my go-to drink? Must admit, I am a fan of a sex on the beach, because you can just drink them and they just don't taste like alcohol, and they're usually slightly cheaper than like certain cocktails as well, because they're not exactly fancy, are they? They're just a fuck ton of fruit juice and then like probably 2 shots or whatever. So yeah, it's good. But I do like I like stuff with... I'm a massive fan of elderflower, especially right now. It's been a bit trendy in the past like year or so. They just do elderflower everything now.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro. Stamp them out and squish them and squash them.
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
So I like stuff with like elderflower, ginger, lemongrass, that kind of shit. Kind of herbally, well not herbally, but you know, the stuff that's probably got like a massive sprig of rosemary sticking out the top or something like that. Something that looks like it's come out of an apothecary rather than a bar. Right. Apparently I missed some gems in a hole earlier and I didn't see that message when it first came through, so we'll see. I'm quite partial to a Moscow Mule. And I used to have White Russians now and then, and I've not had one in a long time. But I was sort of pleasantly surprised by how much I liked that, because the cream that they put in it, or whatever it is, like the milky, I don't know what it is, but the dairy bit kind of seems like it's going to be really weird. But I'm okay with it. Thank God, there's a chicken. Right. Sparks. Where? Where gems? Down there. Thank you. Oh, we've gone right back to the beginning of the level. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oscar Miller is good. White Russian, not so much for me. Yeah, I mean, I've just kind of... Oh, I don't know what Black Russian is. Or are you doing a joke? It sounds like it could be a real cocktail, but who knows? I mix a shot of Jägermeister with a glass of ginger beer. That sounds alright. It's not very... Again, it's a no frills kind of drink, isn't it? It's just... Oh! Hello. Well, that didn't used to be leaves in the previous game. Black Russian is the same without the milk. Oh, okay. That might be a bit strong for me, though. At least the milk kind of dilutes dilutes the alcohol. Oh, there we go. Yay! We're done. Excellent. Now there's no way we're going to finish Treetops in 10 minutes. Probably won't even manage Blowhard. If I keep saying Blowhard, I mean Metalhead. So I think what we'll do is we'll call it there. We'll hang around and chat for another 5 minutes, and then we should all bop over to Jingle Jam. I won't be offended if you don't, but I think you should. I think you'll enjoy it. It's stupid, it's fun, it's for a good cause. There's loads of games that they'll be telling you that you can get for donating X amount. You can decide where your money goes, which charities, and it will all contribute to whatever our milestone is on Friday when the Vidiots stream is happening. Can we raid? I mean, I don't even understand. I've never seen or experienced a Twitch raid, to be honest. Is that just where you say everyone go to this chat? Because that's kind of what I've done. Or is there more to a raid than that? I'm aware of what raids are, but I've never seen one happen. So I don't know. Can you make MJ bring a whiteboard with him on Friday to write some hot fresh science facts on? That's a really good idea. I wonder if we've got a whiteboard somewhere. Oh, I've got a whiteboard somewhere. I love that idea. Or maybe he should just prepare them beforehand on some like cardboard or something. The streamer does something that sends everyone over. Like what? Oh, didn't say what I wanted for tea. I don't know. I can't. I'm just gonna have to see what there is. I'm gonna have to have a look. Sorry not to give you a more interesting answer. Apparently the chat is crazy. Yeah, the chat is crazy. Night of all nights will be super busy. Most of the evenings are busier than during the day, but during the day when it's under your boppices. So do make yourselves known on Friday if you're around. When a stream ends, you set up a raid timer that counts down, and chat is redirected without them having to do anything. Oh, okay. So it literally just automatically sends them over. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, when you want to type /raid and whatever Yogscast Twitch handle is. Didn't know that. That's cool. How long will the worst games ever stream be? I think 3 hours. There might be a little break right in the middle, but yeah, pretty much 3 hours of worst games. So I think what I can say, without saying what we will be playing, we will probably be playing more than one game. We're not going to be playing a single worst game for 3 hours, because that would be torturous. I mean, it's bad enough watching an edited 30-minute video. So there will be probably multiple bad games that I think Michael is preparing this week. He's sort of making sure that they're bad enough. So that'll be fun. So be there for worst games ever. But we're not saying what we're playing. You know, all I'm doing is effectively confirming what it says in the official public schedule that you can see at Yogscast Reddit and twitter.com/Yogscast. I think they're just at Yogscast. In the future, can we have throwback worst games where you go back and attempt to complete a bad game or something? Oh my god, that sounds like absolute torture. Playroom! That's a good suggestion. That's from Catherine Expat. Sorry if I've not name dropped you during the stream, Catherine, but it randomizes people's name color, and I have my Twitch is in like night mode, dark mode, so when it's really dark blue, which is what you are on my end, I just can't see your name. Can you play at least one of them in German? I mean, if we're emulating, which we probably will be, one of them might just launch in German, so we'll just see, won't we? Cool. Do you know when you can tell us where we're going next? I don't know when, but we will do. We will do. I'm afraid that's all I can say right now. I want to see you finish the Wallace and Gromit train game. I think we only had like a couple levels left of that. People talking about the worst games ever case. You'll have to just see what happens with that. I'm saying nothing. Okay, well, I think that is that. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for persevering with what was a fairly ropey performance, I think. I'm really not with it. I'm gonna have to go and take some more painkillers now. I've just got oh, I brought water with me and I never drank it. I should have done. But really nice to have you guys here again. Next week, very much subject to change. Keep an eye on my Twitter and Vidiots' official Twitter. But next week, it will not be weekend. So it might be Monday, and it might be 6 PM. But that's super tentative. Super tentative. So just follow me on Twitter if you're not already. And if you want to find out when the next Spyro stream is, follow Vidiots official, and you'll find out. So, yeah, we'll see. Just in time for the new remix on Yogscast Twitch. Excellent. Well, I'm going to go over and see what chat's saying about my very, very late night. Not this Monday at 6. Not this Monday at 6. I mean, it's not going to be next weekend. It's not going to be next Saturday or next Sunday. Therefore, it might be the following Monday. Who knows? Follow me on social media. I'm just rambling now. I'm going to end the stream. Everyone go to twitch.tv/Yogscast. Where's the button again? It's there. I found it. Twitch.tv/Yogscast. It's Jingle Jam. See you there. Thanks for coming. Goodbye.